Welcome to the Whiteburg City update. Please stand by for the top stories. The top stories this time are: work resumes on the stalled secret project, and what exactly is the secret project? Find out more in the programme. Let's start with our main story, the stalled project. What exactly is it? Right, so here we go, the first time you guys are ever seeing this. Welcome to Whiteburg City, the home, the hub, the centre of the empire. Now, what I'm going to show you here is the secret project and the point at which it's stopped currently. So, welcome to the Parliament of Whiteburg. Now, I've and ahed about showing you guys this for a very long time, but here we go. So, yes, many of you guessed it, Greenwich was the theme, and as you can see here, we have built the entirety of the Naval College, but that's not the full project. Before we stalled, it was obviously going to be a lot larger, and you guys have seen the Prime Minister's Walk, which is the cinematic that includes a building up here, a building that, as you can see, is currently not here. Now, the reason the work stalled is because I got a sudden bolt of inspiration, and that inspiration was to build something that I haven't actually built in nearly 6 years. Now, I used to run a server very similar to this. It didn't really go very well, and one of the buildings on there was the old War Office. You probably know it as the OWO these days, and when I built it 6 years ago, we didn't have half the many blocks that we did now. So when I saw it pop up on the news, for some other reason, I can't remember exactly, I was inspired to carry on with it, and I went, do you know what? That building is going to fit so nicely over here on the waterfront. Let me just show you. So yes, as you can see in front of me, there is the old War Office. Now what we're doing here is actually using Litematica to plan out and rebuild the whole project. So you know when we said we started this probably in June, July, back when everyone was on summer leave and there was more time in the world, we were actually doing the first build, the first take, the initial building of the buildings not in the correct location or the correct area. So the plan was to then come back and place block by block every single building in the correct location in order to create a really nice looking time lapse. And so far, so good. You can see here we've rebuilt all of this over here and done most of the gardens around here. Also, the update to 1.17 happened during this time. Yes, there is a bit of lag due to the Litematica stuff loading in, hence why I can't even use shaders with it. And we've added in the cobbled streets, which really give better impression of what we want this place to look like. But anyway, on to the main reason for the stalling. As you can see, this building here is going to sit along what will become part of the old harbour of Whiteburg City. And it's a very large building. Now, actually, that's not the correct building. Let me show you the correct building. So I've brought you up to a place just slightly north of where Greenwich is on the map to show you a building, the actual building we have built. Now, what I've spawned inside here is the original building from my old server that kind of sparked the interest. So here it is. This is the old War Office as it was when I built it about 6 years ago. With a few modern upgrades, I did go around and put in some stripped wood, which you may have saw in that What Makes a Building Victorian video, as I featured it right at the end for that lovely bit of Neo-Baroque, Edwardian Baroque buildings. So there you have it, that's that side that we kind of saw earlier on. But yes, so to my left, to my right, is the actual building, and we added a dome to it. Now, in real life, there is no dome. The building you saw along the harbour side there is the correct version. But looking at some of the old-fashioned maps and drawings and stuff, it had planned to be domed several more times than it already is. So me and Goblin decided to add a dome. And then we employed Wub to build a statue. Now this is meant to be Neptune sitting in here because he'll be guiding all of the ships into the harbour and controlling the storms. Yeah, I know, very strange, isn't it? But as you can see, the entirety of the structure is finished and adorned with statues of myself, which when the project is over, we'll go around and count every single one of them, and you guys can see what a narcissist I really am. I'm not a narcissist, but yes. So this building took probably about 3 weeks to build. I'm not ashamed of it. I think it is utterly probably the nicest building I have ever built and ever been part of a project with. The guys, Goblin and Wub, and I believe Ozzy came over and gave me a hand with it as well. But ultimately, it's one of those buildings that you just look at and go, wow, This is incredible. And then you get to the diagonal side, and this was where most of the time was spent. It's not exactly as I wanted it to look, but it's going to have to do just because time ran out. And this dome just sits right here in the middle of the courtyards. Now, I lied when I said it's finished. The roof still needs to go on. I gave up with that. But the courtyards are done, and these are really interesting as well. The courtyards are almost done, as they sport even more sort of Baroque styles in here, and another one over here, which I love it in here. Different details on each side of the walls, and a diagonal corridor in the centre. So the reason for the stalling of this project, and then the stalling of the main secret project, was that Halloween came around, and I had to then go off and build all of those Halloween builds you guys have seen, which took the best part of a month, and as you know, Halloween video came out 2 days late. Sue me. Yeah. So what this video is trying to do is just say work is going to carry on with the secret project that you may now know as Greenwich. It is the Parliament of Whiteburg. It is everything and anything. This is going to be sitting there as the Board of Trade and the Harbour Office, and I love it. I can't wait to rebuild it for you guys on cam. Let's go back over to Whiteburg City. Right, so we're back over here in Whiteburg City in the Palace of Hampwick, which is what this place is called. You did see Victory sitting there in the update video, and I tried not to show off all this stuff behind me. Right, while the lag is trying to kill my computer, let's fly on over here and you guys can get a better look at what's happening next. So say hello to half of a Greenwich house. Now this is the main capital building for the entirety of the country. It's actually the seat and the house of the Prime Minister, along with the seat of the Treasury and also, I believe, the War Office. Now you can look inside it for once and see it in all its majesty. I really liked the way this turned out. Thank you, Wob, for doing the interior there. We haven't got the interiors in the back yet, but they'll be built at a later stage. What I love about this building is just how it doesn't actually exist in real life. I kind of made it up on the spot, along with a lot of influences from a few buildings that existed as drawings, mainly by Nicholas Hawksmoor during the construction of the Greenwich College behind me. He wanted to remove Queen's House and build a large chapel there. So I took the inspiration for the centre and then kind of worked off that way. Now I'm pretty happy you guys can't see the rest of it over there, because there is some stuff that will blow your minds. Thank you, Goblin, for building so much stuff. But what you can see is this is going to be the Mall and the main road as we've got in London. But this is like the main sort of thoroughfare that goes through here and attracts all of the visitors. Now, I think what's happened here... I think what's happened here is the road has been taken out, which is fine. It just needs to be put back in at some point. I don't think we have it in here. But you can see how much of a difference it makes when you are working with Litematica, because you can actually see what you want to do. So all I can say is I don't know when this project will be finished. The sheer scale of it is too big, I would say. It overwhelmed me, it overwhelmed us all. We had to take a break, we got burnt out. But the actual building of it in the first place was delightful, and I kind of feel bad that you guys never got a chance to see it happening for first person, which is why I want to do these videos now. They're not going to be weekly, they're not going to be monthly, they're going to be whenever we have progress on either the secret project or anything within Whiteburg City. Whiteburg City is a collaborative project between all of us on the server, mainly those who build in Whiteburg. So we're going to have stuff built by Landman. You may have seen some of his London builds recently. Goblin's got so much to build here as well, and so do I. Now, there is going to be more of these updates, and this is kind of how it's going to be. You'll see time lapses out of place, you know, big time lapses where we're doing stuff like this project here, and you'll see it as a beautiful time lapse. But then to actually tie it all together, you'll be seeing more and more of these update videos. I don't know why I'm clicking. And I think that's the way we're going to go forward with this, because there's just so much to see. But yeah, so it's going to start again. Now I can come down here and start placing in all the blocks I need to place using the quick place mode. And this is how I'm going to spend the rest of my month of November. So guys, wish me luck. I can't wait to be riding that statue over there again. There is a lot of statues of me. A lot of statues. But anyway, so progress did halt at the church here, and this church will feature in a Bricks to Block video later on this year, I hope. I actually have footage of it from real life. This is the one from Blandford Forum. You would have seen pictures of it on Instagram that I posted a few months back now. Yeah, it really was a few months ago now, which is absolutely incredible to think that this project's still going. When we started, I did not expect it to be going on for months. and months and months. I gave it a few weeks. I gave it a few weeks and went, we'll be done before Christmas. We'll be done before Christmas. We're never done before Christmas. Hopefully it's be done before Christmas. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed having a little look around the secret project and understand a bit more about what's happening behind the scenes. I just love that building. I don't want to keep things too secret from you anymore. It's not healthy for any of us. And it just it just adds divisions between the community, the builders, and everyone else. So for now, I'm going to be more transparent about what I'm building. You guys will see more, and you'll get a better understanding of how things are planned and done behind the scenes. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll be back soon with another one of these Whiteburg City update videos. Please stay tuned for one of those. And remember guys, until next time, get inspired, get building, and I'll see you soon. This has been a program from the Whiteburgian Broadcasting Company. Please stay tuned for more. Do not adjust your sets.